Oh man, I gotta tell you, Friday Night SmackDown was a little bit interesting, a little bit different. And I have to say, with regarding Serena and the Straight Society, the investigation of the Undertaker has continued, which now is which now regards how the Undertaker is investigations continuing. Actually, we thought it was the Straight Society who did it, and if it was the Straight Society, I gotta tell you, you got a storyline going where they're the Undertaker was in the vegetative state. You know, it was made by the Straight Society, so. Apparently, I think with Serena caught drinking and CM Punk wearing a hat, and I think it was funny how he was wearing the hat. I don't think no one would knock off the hat or anything, but it was weird. He wore a hat, and because he's bald, and then he was confronted by Serena already earlier in the scene. So when she was caught drinking, I think. And I think many people thought they were Serena's going to get kicked out of Straight Society. I don't think that's happening because this was like way months ago. So it was a couple months ago. So she's going to still, I think she'll still stay loyal to the Straight Society. CM Punk will keep her in the Straight Society. So I don't think she's really going anywhere for a while. But if she did, she's probably going to start getting more in-ring competition, stuff like that. But I want to see her get more in-ring competition and stay with the Straight Society. Because I think it would have been interesting if she still brags about straight edge and the straight edge society, and on top of that, it would be interesting if she came out saying, "Oh, they don't need straight edge because we're flawless," and I think this could really build more interest with them. And I think that Late Cool could really start warming up to the crowd more. I think that's what I really wanted to see. And primarily to that, I want to talk about Late Cool's match with Blontourage, one of the members of Blontourage and the other members of Late Cool. And I think with Kelly against Michelle McCool, it started off when Michelle McCool cheap shotted Tiffany, threw her against the barricade, and then the match started when Michelle McCool had the upper hand most of the match against Kelly. And I think it turned around when because Michelle McCool beat her up most of the match, and it turned out Kelly gave her a pin 1-2-3 after Tiffany clotheslined Layla and knocked her out cold, and then Kelly did an arm drag pin, and then that's how they got the 3 count. And I think the match was okay, and I think it was a little sparked and it was a lot more different than you expected. So I think it was okay, and I think that's what you gotta say, but. Regarding the Peep Show that happened this past Friday Night SmackDown, I gotta tell you, the Peep Show was a little bit interesting, and I think it was funny because I came back from Vegas and I saw what the Peep Show was, but I see Kristen's show, the Peep Show, because it referred to his fans the Peeps. Yeah, I just started laughing about it because I think it was ironic because I first heard of the Peep Show regarding Christian's wrestling show, the Peep Show, and then I didn't know there was an actual Peep Show that was in Vegas. So, but for the most part, I think with Matt Hardy and Christian, the match was the interview was okay. I kind of expected a fight because they wanted the Money in the Bank, and they said at the same time, but it turned out Matt Hardy had the upper hand all the way and threw Christian to the ladder. So I think Matt Hardy was completely ready for what he was really going for, what really was he going for, or what Christian was about to do. So I don't know if Christian will turn heel and attack Christian, get involved in the match, or he will stay face. I hope he stays face and doesn't turn heel because we already have enough of this heel character, so, for the most part. Other matches that went on was let's see what else happened. MVP. It was MVP and Chavo Guerrero. I think I thought Chavo Guerrero would have won. It would have been more interesting if he gets his win, because I think the problem with Chavo Guerrero is now he's been losing a lot of matches, or he'll win in handicap matches, but he's been jobbing a lot. And I think they haven't really built him into that Eddie Guerrero stage. I think he needs to like develop his in-ring skills, or they need to start signing him to like win matches, because this is kind of like ridiculous that he's probably like almost 40 years old and he's still a jobber. Like he's like 20 something. It's kind of ridiculous. They need to like eliminate him from like this jobbing stage and make him more as a strong competitor. And I think that's one thing. He's like a jobber, and it's like he could at least won, and then Dolph Ziggler lost, and I don't know why Dolph Ziggler lost. It's like Kofi Kingston did have the upper hand most of the match, and I think I was a little bit steamed, or a little bit teed off to the fact that Dolph Ziggler lost. It's like he could at least have the Intercontinental title opportunity and then lose that match, but he lost all the way. But I don't know what's going to happen furtherly after that loss. He's going to move on and feud with Cody Rhodes, because now Cody Rhodes is involved with a feud with the Big Show and Rey Mysterio, where Cody Rhodes attacks the Big Show from behind, and I think that's how the night started off. And then Big Show confronted him. He said, why don't we fight? And then Jack Swagger wanted everyone to suffer, and I don't think it was a really little waste of time. I think the beginning was more different and more original. To see the dashing Cody Rhodes, and I have to say it's funny, dashing, and he has nice white teeth, and it's hysterical because now they try to spark up his character a lot with the dashing Cody Rhodes, and it would be interesting if he had an alliance with Lay Cool, because Lay Cool is flawless, beautiful, famous, and flawless, and Cody Rhodes is dashing. I think he needs another alliance, and I think if he had the alliance and formed an alliance, it would be more interesting to his character, and I think it could really build a lot to his dashing character. I think he's a good in-ring competitor, and I think he actually is a good in-ring competitor. I like his finishing move, the Crossroads. It's actually very good. What else I was going to say is that Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston, I quite frankly mentioned that, but what else happened backstage was when Dolph Ziggler was chatting with Vicky Guerrero in the backstage segment, and he said he got this, and then Vicky Guerrero didn't do anything during the match, and then Dolph Ziggler was setting his eyes on someone else, which is Rosa Mendes, and it kind of is going to be the same thing with Zack Ryder. I think now what it's interesting is now the guys are crushing more on Rosa Mendes, means they're having to crush more on them, and then they are with most of the gentlemen. I think that's what makes it interesting, and it's really been spicing up a lot, so for the most part. Let's see what else happened. What else happened was, for the most part, with Drew regarding his deportation of visa. His deportation back to Scotland with his visa expired. I don't know if he's going to return or come back anytime soon. I just hope it does happen at any chance, so what would happen if it did, but it did happen last week, and it actually did happen in real life that he was back to Scotland because his visa expired. I don't know if he will return to wrestle, so they were able to use that effect to carry it in a storyline where he would be deported, and he said he wasn't going anywhere, and I think that storyline, it kind of really sparked up the fans. Fans got so ecstatic about it, and it's really interesting. So what happened in the main event? Rey Mysterio addressed to the fans that it's not my world title, it's our world title, and I think his character is interesting. It's great now he's still a face because he's still referring to a fans. I don't think he would be a great heel. I don't know why he would be a heel, but I don't think he would be a good heel. He's interesting as a fan favorite, and he's been really warmed up to the fans a lot. I don't know what they would get out of Rey Mysterio being a heel, so I don't think they would really get anything out of it. So. But The Rock was a fan favorite like Rey Mysterio, except he was more flexible with this heel character. I don't think Rey Mysterio would be that flexible. Well, what happened in the main event was, turned out Jack Swagger had the upper hand, and then Rey Mysterio was about to fight back, but turned out Big Show got thrown out the ring when he attacked Cody Rhodes, and then turned out Jack Swagger attacked Rey and just did the same thing, ankle lock, to what the Big Show did last week, which resulted in disqualification. I think now without him losing the world title, I think they're really building his character a lot into a more vicious character, because if he still had the world title, he would be more kind of this type of egotistical guy. And I think with him doing the ankle lock on Rey Mysterio and the Big Show, I think this one will make his character more interesting and more vicious regarding the Money in the Bank coming up, especially with already announced with 6 guys in the Money in the Bank. I heard people were bashing the Big Show about having the Money in the Bank, and I think bashing the Big Show about being the Money in the Bank because he can't climb a ladder. I think he could climb a ladder. I think it would do great. I think it's kind of weird that he's going to be in the Money in the Bank, but if he surprisingly wins the Money in the Bank, it'll burn a difference. It'll be very different, and it'll be very more interesting, more unpredictable or unexpected that he climbs the ladder and he grabs the Money in the Bank. I think That'll make a big difference, but I'll see what happens furthermore if the Big Show wins the Money in the Bank. But I bet it will happen anytime soon. But hey, it's the Ren Dog Stream. Happy belated 4th of July, and I'll see you later. Peace out.